Welcome to the Yucatan Peninsula in southeastern Mexico, and we are just north of Valadolid in the state of Yucatan, and this is the Mayan train, or Tren Maya. This is the route going west towards Merida, and about it is there was murmurations back in 2016, 2018, we're going to start building a train line for Yucatan, for tourism mostly, and this one is going to go all the way in that direction towards Cancun. And so it's just, like I said, the Gulf line. Then there's going to be one for Cancun going south towards Bacalar, which is the Caribbean line, the Caribe. And then from Bacalar it's going to go westwards again, and that's going to be the Transelva, which is going through the forest past Calakmul, and then there'll be a join which will go up towards Campeche, Merida, and also there'll be a point where just the track just goes, the circular loop stops there, and then there's a point just around there, maybe Escarcia, and that will go down to Palenque, possibly in Chiapas. So, big project, I think it's $89 million or billion dollars, something big, and then it's increased by 92%, running out of money. This is a singular track going in one direction. This is along a road. So you can see that could be one aspect. It's going along the road. Work is over there. There wasn't. So with these lines, you've got construction workers which have been agreed upon, but then there was no environmental assessment done for the Caribbean line that goes down through Tulum. Like the environmental assessment, we have these things called cenotes in the Yucatan Peninsula because there's lots of limestone, and what's happened over the years is these cave network underneath ground, subterranean cave network which link each other. These caves all link as well, and you've got two major underground rivers as well as all these cenotes. There's like thousands of these cenotes in the Yucatan Peninsula, and they're still finding them, and they can collapse, and if you have construction work you've got to be careful of the roads. Down the Caribbean line, like I said, especially near Tulum, there's a lot of cenotes where the hoteliers, they were like, no, we don't want them constructed by the road, the Maya train. We want it you have to do it in the jungle. So they're doing a 67-mile scar through the jungle, 40 meters wide. So like this single track here, clearing through pristine rainforest jungle, a dry forest, and with that as well, loss of habitat. Also maybe some cenotes, so they might come across those. So there'll be a sinkhole potentially, and solutions to that. There was mention of let's just fill it with cement, okay, or we can put a collapsed pillar through with cement through the top. With that as well, this train line that's cutting through down the southern point from down towards Tulum. There's been some collapses, some sinkholes on the roads. It could be from the Mayan train road being cut. So it's been a bit tricky. And also, the Mayas in the area, you think about so their land is in the jungle, or Mayan land that's held and in their name, and then they're kind of forcibly sold. They have to sell it to the government, and do the government pay them for it? I think it's $40,000 US compulsory buy for them if they do pay. And then what do? They get relocated, and they say they relocate them nearer to where there's going to be business. The idea of this Maya train is to bring a lot of business to the area for tourism. So this train is going to be single track. Should I say again? How fast it's going to go, we don't know, but apparently it's going to be the best train ever. Is it going to be the best train ever? When the cars, you can go across on buses, I guess, mass tourism, and like your own, you can go on a scooter, maybe a big peninsula. Will tourists stay that long? Many train stops. Will that get annoying because then it takes up time? It's not for commuting to work. This is for tourism only, this Mayan train. So there's lots of disadvantages in a way. Advantages economically, like generate a lot of income to the area. That's the plan, yet to be confirmed. It's creating jobs at the moment, but the environmental assessment done in Tulum has not been done. So then they told the government you can't build here, but then the president said no, it's a national security that we need to do this. So the military the military apparently are constructing this area. So yeah, the engineers, so it's a bit tricky. And also going down towards Carrickmore Biosphere Reserve along the Tram Selva, that could be an issue as well. So where they're cutting down lots of habitat which has jaguars, margay, ocelot, puma, bird species, spider monkeys, all this. There's these unique bat caves as well. There's a huge bat cave near Carrickmore, and that's where the train line might go near to. Will that disturb the ecosystem there? It's very delicate. Is there going to be a different migration of birds and animals? Is it a positive thing? You know, that's the question. Also, lately in the last few days, I've read in the paper about leishmaniasis or something. It's a parasite which is not good for you. And there's been, the workers on the Maya train down that way have complained of it, or they've contracted it from the gum fly, the female gum fly. And that's usually a fly that stays in the jungle. So we've opened up the jungle to us, or we've exposed ourselves to that. So there's issues there. There's also a Maya curse somewhere where apparently no machinery is building really well near Extra Hill, so they've had to divert the track a bit as well. So yeah, it's interesting. Something I'm not too, like, millions of trees have been cut down and not one single tree was supposed to be cut down. That was a promise at the start. Millions have been cut down. We're now in 2023 at the start of the year, and it should be completed by soon this year apparently, if they have the money. Who's going to pay for it? So there's a lot of questions to be answered, and who's going to answer those questions, and what happens when it's all built and the habitats are lost. This is the second largest forest in Latin America, and the connectivity runs through to Brazil as well, you know, so there's issues of habitat loss and biodiversity loss as well, for the sake of tourism to get to these ruins. Yeah. There you go.